there, this is Michael, and welcome to The Lost Doctrines of Ancient Christianity, Chapter 3. Now, I'd like to begin today with a little parable, and it's called the Parable of the Flying Machine, and it goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a people, much like you and me. However, each of these people, when they were born, were given a marvelous flying machine, along with a set of instructions on how to make the machine fly. Now, not every machine was the same color. Some were brown, some were yellow, some were red, and some were white. And great arguments and wars broke out among the people as to which color was the best. However, strange as it may seem, no one had read all the instructions. Most had only read the back of the book because they figured the end of the book was always the most exciting. So they skipped the actual instructions and continued to war with each other as to who had the best color. So for many generations, the people all stood around and admired their own machines, and more wars broke out as to who had the prettiest machine. Now eventually there arose those who called themselves teachers and proclaimed themselves the wise ones. And the people gathered around the wise ones. However, most of those that proclaimed themselves wise had not read the instructions either. They just had the ability to persuade and convince the others that they knew a little more about the machines. Things such as, "These are wings. Oh, what a grand revelation, O wise one," the people would say in great adoration of the teacher. And another wise one would say, "And these round things are wheels." Again, to great applause and adoration, the people would proclaim, "All knowledge and wisdom has been given." So the people were all quite satisfied. However, still, no one read the instructions. They thought they knew it all and had no further need of understanding anything. Now, after many years, there arose a young man who had the bright idea of actually reading the instructions. However, he still did not understand how to actually make the machine work. So he had another very bright idea. He simply looked at the front cover of the book to see who wrote it and who built and designed the machine. And still yet another bright idea came to him. So this young man decided that he would go find the maker and the designer of the machine and ask him to teach him all about the machine. Well, sure enough, he didn't have to go too far to find him. The maker of the machine had been standing in the midst of the people for a long, long time, just waiting for someone, anyone, to simply ask him. So the young man spent many long hours with the maker, learning everything about the total operation of the machine. Finally, the day came when the young man was taught how to actually make the machine fly. However, his instructions were not yet complete. He still had to learn how to control it and what kind of fuel to put in it. He even learned how to land it on water without sinking. So after many days, the young man became a master pilot. So as the young man thought about all the people just standing around and admiring their machines, he had compassion on them and decided to go and teach them also how to fly the machine. So he found some willing students, and they too learned how to fly. However, those wise ones who had gathered the rest of the people to themselves became very jealous of the young man and his students. So they convinced the people that these pilots were out to destroy the world. And the people, believing the lie, rose up and broke the wings of the master pilot's machine, and they pierced and punctured his tires, and they drove sharp spikes into the cockpit and smashed his instrument panel. Now, the funny thing about this is that the master pilot did not try to fight back. He just let them do it because he had one final thing to show the people, and that was this. He knew that the maker and the designer of the flying machine loved him very, very dearly, and that the maker would not only give him a new flying machine, but he would also receive a very marvelous upgrade, one that could not only fly in that world, but it could also fly to other planets and other worlds, where he could teach those other people on different worlds how to fly their machines also. Now, just before this happened, the young man left his own instructions behind, which were so simple and easy to understand that even a child could learn very, very easily. They simply said, "Go and find the Maker, and he'll teach you to fly."